All right, I think we're good to get started. So, hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for today's webinar, What's New at Bstock, Platform Improvements, Exciting Promos, and Your Questions Answered. My name is Bethany Summerson. I'm the Channel Marketing Manager and Buyer Advocate here at Bstock, and I'll be your host for today. So, on the agenda, we're first going to get into some of our platform updates, and then we'll talk about some of our store enhancements. Then we'll get into some of our current and upcoming buyer promotions, and then we're going to talk about some new sellers coming to Bstock very soon. And then we'll round out some of our session today with a Q&A portion. And I want to thank the many of you that have submitted your questions ahead of time during the registration for this webinar. And so I'm first going to go through some of those pre-submitted questions, and then we'll answer some of the questions that you have during the webinar towards the end of our session. And having said that, I have my colleagues Noah and Nikki online with me today. They'll be answering any questions you have during the webinar in the Q&A tab that you submit in the Q&A tab below, and then we'll reserve some time at the end to go through some of your questions live. And so with that said, I think we're all set to get started. So as I said, we're first going to start our presentation with our platform updates and our storefront enhancements. So one of the biggest and most exciting changes that we've made is how you actually log into Bstock. We've introduced this new My Account portal, so you no longer need to log into each individual storefront to view all of your recent activity. So this is what it looks like at a glance, and on the next slide, we're going to look at a quick demonstration. So you guys might recognize this page. This is the Bstock Buyer login page. And so after you input your details and click Login, you'll be brought to the Bstock platform. And if you go to the upper right-hand corner and click on your initials, a little drop-down menu should appear, and this is where you'll view all of your recent bids, orders, and disputes all in one central location. So this one-time login process makes everything a lot easier to navigate. And at the top of the drop-down menu, if you click on My Account, you get an even more high-level overview of all of your activity. And today I'm going to bring your attention to the Notification Center in the lower left-hand corner. So once you click into the Notification Center, this is where you can manage all of your emails from us and specific sellers. So if you click into the Seller Subscription tab here, this is where you can see all of our sellers on Bstock, and this is where you can opt in or opt out of emails from them. So for example, if I wanted to receive emails from Amazon, I would just go to this toggle here on the right and click on it, and the toggle should move to the right, and I'm then automatically subscribed to receive email updates from Amazon. And if for some reason I no longer wanted to receive emails from Amazon, I would just click the toggle again, and it should move to the left, and I'll no longer receive emails from Amazon. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to stay signed in here. So it's super important to stay subscribed to seller emails because it's the only way that you'll be informed and first to know about when your favorite sellers are dropping inventory on Bstock. So in this notification preference center and in your new updated My Account portal, you have a more centralized access to all of your activity on Bstock, which we hope will save you a lot of time and just give you a more seamless experience on the platform overall. So the next enhancement we're going to talk about today are the updates to the All Listings page. And as you know, the All Listings page is a one-stop shop to browse listings from 99% of sellers on Bstock, excluding Costco and Costco appliances. And our filters really enable you to drill down on very specific inventory that you're looking for, so you can filter by category, condition, bid amount, transport type. But we've now added a new filter that allows you to search based on distance from a specific US zip code. So again, this is what it looks like at a glance, but we'll go through a demo on the next slide. So once you're on the All Listings page, in the upper left-hand corner, you'll find the distance filter. So this is where you'll type in a US zip code and toggle the mileage filter from left to right until you reach your preferred distance. So I'm inputting a US zip code here and then moving the toggle to my preferred distance, in this case around 500 miles. And then the search should appear listings that meet that distance criteria. And if I know that I'm always looking for listings that are within 500 miles of this zip code, I can actually save this search to my Bstock profile. And that brings me to my next and actually favorite update to the all listings page. This is saved search. So saved search actually allows you to save customized searches to your Bstock profile, and it goes beyond the distance filter. So you can actually save searches also by category filters that you select on the left. So just like I did here, I clicked on the heart at the top, and now that search is now saved to my profile. So if I go down to the left and I click on a category and a condition, and I want to save that search, I would just go up to the top again and then save that, and then that's now saved to my profile. And you can also save searches based on keywords you input in the search box at the top. So in this case, like new toys, and I'll save that search to my profile as well. And if you want to switch between any of your saved searches, you can just go click on that switch button at the upper left-hand corner, and I can go to a previous search and just very quickly and easily go to my previous search results and show those results and click at the listings that appear there. And if at any time I want to delete that listing, if I'm no longer that saved search, if I'm no longer interested, I can just easily delete it by clicking the trash button there. And so the great thing about Save Search is that you'll automatically be notified via email anytime a new listing that meets your Save Search criteria goes live on our platform. So it's a great way to save some time and get you ready to start bidding on inventory as soon as it drops on our platform. So that about wraps up our updates to the All Listings page and the buyer account portal. Again, if you have any questions about what we just covered, you can throw in your questions in the Q&A tab below, and my colleagues Noah and Nikki will help answer them. Now, I want to shift gears here and talk a little bit about a specific storefront and point out some of the cool changes we've made there. So today we're going to look at Target. So first, you may notice that these listing cards on the All Listings page are looking a little bit different. So we've added more information here to be front and center so you can quickly discover the important information at just a glance without actually having to click into the listing itself. So with this new enhancement, we've added information like buying format, condition, inventory type, along with the percentage of MSRP and the per unit cost to be front and center here. And then once you click into the actual listing itself, you'll find some more improvements here as well. So just underneath the listing photo, this is where you'll find a high-level breakdown that clearly calls out what this listing itself is consisting of. So you'll see the category, the condition, the inventory type. All these elements used to be a lot harder to find in our previous experience, but now they're front and center. So now you can quickly assess if this listing is a fit for your inventory needs. And then another cool change we've made here is we've made the per unit costs and shipping estimates to be more prominent on the right-hand side. So as soon as you click into the listing, you can see that just front and center right there. And then as you scroll down the page, this is where you'll be able to, we've made a new accessible way to view and download the manifest related to this listing. So we know that inventory mix is really important for you guys. So we've added this quick and easy way for you to review the manifest and sort through multiple metrics at one time. And another cool feature here is that you can actually search the manifest itself if you click into the search bar in the upper left-hand corner above the manifest. And then if we go into the main Target storefront itself, at the top of the page, you can quickly access it. You might notice a new feature here too. So the categories are now listed in the upper left-hand corner. And the biggest update is that we've created consistent categories across all sellers on Bstock. So this makes it a lot easier for you to compare inventory, browse similar items, and shop more efficiently. And if you remember our old storefront experience, each seller had their own individual categories, which honestly was a bit of a nightmare. So this is a big improvement. So we hope this new consistent layout makes it easier for you to find what you're looking for, whether you're browsing a specific storefront or you're on the All Listings page. And we will be introducing subcategories in the near future, so that will help you narrow down your searches for inventory even more. So be on the lookout for that. And now I want to tell you guys a little bit about a new payment option that's coming to Bstock very soon. So we've heard your feedback and we're always committed to improving our payment options and methods here at Bstock. So we've recently partnered with Balance to give our buyers greater purchasing power and more control over how and when they pay. So qualified buyers can now apply for and receive a credit limit for their purchases instantly during checkout. So buyers who use payment terms will have 30 days to pay off their invoice, and which gives them more time to flip their inventory and improve their cash flow. This partnership will offer many of you the opportunity to purchase listings you're interested in, even if you don't have the cash in hand. So stay tuned in the coming weeks as we'll be reaching out to many of you to pre-qualify through Balance prior to the official launch later this year. So now that we've covered our product updates and a little bit about a new payment method, we're going to go into our upcoming promotions and new sellers. So as you may or may not know, Costco Bonus Auctions Week is happening right now. This is our twice yearly surge of inventory across all categories on Costco. And it's an opportunity to score some really, really great deals. And something new this year, Costco is now including appliances in this bonus auctions week. And it doesn't stop there. Costco is now offering 97-cent shipping. And you heard me correctly. You can ship up to 6 pallets of inventory for only 97 cents within 300 miles of select Costco or Costco appliance locations. Additionally, they're offering discounts on full truckloads or orders of 18 pallets or more. So you can save up to $1,400 on truckload shipping from select locations, which is ideal for larger orders. But you have to act fast because this shipping deal ends tomorrow. And I know many of you might be excited to hear about some new seller storefronts that are coming. So we can first start with Foot Locker. Thanks to many of you, we had a successful test run with them. So they are now going to become a permanent part of our BStock seller network, which means that you'll get an ongoing opportunity to score fantastic finds from brands like Nike, Adidas, Puma, UGG, Hoka, and so on. So be on the lookout for that official launch later this year. And another seller storefront coming to BStock is Ski-Doo Sea-Doo. We've got word that their initial inventory they're going to list is winter gear. So this is perfect for the upcoming colder months that are coming. So you'll find listings like winter jackets, snowsuits, pants, gloves, goggles for men, women, and kids. And the second half of the year is almost here, and so are our seasonal campaigns. And we have deals and promos you don't want to miss. So up first, our fall promo. We'll have everything that kids needs as we head towards the back to school era for clothes, gadgets, and sports and outdoor gear, so keep an eye out on your inbox for that. And finally, for our Target fans out there, we heard that a wave of new condition inventory is headed to their storefront this fall. So we don't have an exact arrival date for that yet, but keep an eye on your inbox for that official announcement. And we've arrived to the Q&A portion of our session today. So like I said, I'm going to be going through some of our pre-submitted questions, and then my colleagues Noah and Nikki will go into some of the live questions you guys have submitted today. So our first question, what payment methods does BStock offer? So first off, we have wire transfers, which is the most secure, especially if you're submitting payments across different currencies or different countries. Then we offer ACH payments, which offer no fees. And then like I just mentioned, we're partnering with Balance to introduce net terms, and that'll be coming very soon. So that's another payment method for our buyers to be more flexible when they're submitting payment through BStock. And then our next question, why is it not possible for trusted buyers to pay with credit card? So like I mentioned, with our partnership through Balance, we will be offering this capability coming soon, not right away, and some restrictions may apply. So we'll be looking at some things like buyer history, completion of successful orders, and having a history of no late payments. So be on the lookout for more of an update on that, but that is coming very soon. And our next question that we received, will a watch list be added back? So the answer here is yes. If you remember from our previous experience, watch list was a way for our buyers to stay in touch with specific auctions that they were interested in. You could see how many bids an auction that you were interested in had, what was the ultimate selling price. So as we move more sellers onto our new experience, we'll be looking to bring watch lists back. And how do I get started on BStock and reselling? So a great place to start is on our BStock Buyer Resource Center. All you have to do is from our Bstock homepage is go to our For Buyers section, and you'll easily find our Buyer Resource Center. It's a great way to sort through many articles and information to get started. We've got some great templates and checklists and best practices for being in the reselling space. So definitely check that out. And you can also look at a different resource here. We have Shannon Jean. He is actually one of our successful Bstock buyers. He started his resale journey in the 90s and joined Bstock in 2011. And he's grown up to a $3.7 million handbag resale business. And he actually helps aspiring entrepreneurs in the resale space through his mastermind group. And so he offers many tips and tricks to upcoming resellers. So be on the lookout for some future collabs with Shannon Jean and Bstock. And in the meantime, you can check out his website, www.shannonjean.info. And our next question here, we got a series of questions actually about Bstock abroad and buyers questioning about how they can get Bstock inventory shipped overseas and what that process is like. So many of our buyers were actually inquiring about these specific locations. And what I can say is you can add your freight forwarder information in your buyer profile in your My Account ports. Sorry guys, I'm like rushing through this and I'm trying to catch my breath. So sorry about that. So you can add your freight forwarder information as a part of your Bstock buyer profile. And if you're a new buyer on Bstock, you can add that in as a part of your registration process in the add freight forwarder information. And then our next question, will you be offering better resources for Spanish speakers? The answer is yes. We're actively adding more Spanish speakers to our CS team. And a couple of members of our marketing team actually speak Spanish, myself included. So we'll be adding more of that Spanish content to our platform very soon. And then our next question, how can I make sure I'm up to date on the latest inventory drops and deals? So this goes back to the product updates I was talking about. So saving your searches, if you're looking for very specific inventory criteria, you can save those to your buyer profile and be notified by email whenever that inventory lands on Bstock. And then again, with notification preferences, if you're opted in to receive emails from your favorite sellers, you'll get an email and be first to know about when that inventory is live, and you can place your bids in first. And you can also follow us on social. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're always posting flash deals and different promotions. So that is another great way to be first to know about new inventory drops and deals. And so we've arrived to the portion of where my colleagues Noah and Nikki will answer some of your questions live. So Nikki, Noah, you guys can take it away.
Cool. I guess I will go first here. So the first question I put on here was in the chat, was asked on here, do we need a separate account for US and Canada? Yes, you will need an account if you have a business in US and Canada, or if you have a business anywhere in another country. You would need a separate account. You would need to keep everything separate as well, just to make sure that everything is completely separate for it. If you do have any other questions for it, you can always reach out to our customer service. I am one of the supervisors, therefore I'm here for it. One of the other questions we have that I have here on here is our Costco bonus auctions week. Is that already live? The listings will be opening later today. Will be part of the promotion. So if you guys have any questions on that one or are interested in that, please go to the Costco wholesale site or Costco appliances. Definitely will be available for that. Let's see, what was one of the other questions that I wanted to. Another one I can answer here is I know Bethany kind of spoke to it for it, is about adding the bank account so you don't have to pay for the wire charges every time. A lot of our storefronts do have Stripe available for the ACH so that you can add your bank account so you don't have to pay for those wire transfer fees every single time for it. Cool. So those are some questions that I'm able to answer for you.
Noah, did you have
Yeah,
any?
and just
cover?
Yeah, definitely. Glad to be here. Thanks everybody for joining. Noah here from our product marketing team. Some of the questions that I think came up a lot were we have a really big international buyer base, and Nikki started to answer it in the chat here. A lot of questions about freight forwarding. I know Bethany talked about it as well. Our recommendation at this point right now, if you're looking to do freight forwarding, is to go through My US. And you can also visit our Bstock partners page to check out all the people that we've partnered with and the companies to really drive the best success for your business across all the different facets of Bstock. I think another big question that we've gotten along the way is all the different buying formats that we have on Bstock as well. If you've been with Bstock for a while, you know that our bread and butter and what we kind of started with was the auctions platform. Over the past year or so, we've started to actually expand that into a couple different buying formats, including buy now and make an offer. With buy now, we actually partner with our sellers to figure out what we can do for you. You know, we got a lot of feedback that sometimes auctions, especially with popcorn bidding, can take a very long time. And with buy now, we actually give you the option if you find inventory that you like, a listing that really looks great. You can go into those filters that Bethany pointed out at the beginning on the left side of our all listings page, filter by buy now listings, which are going live every day on big sellers just like Target. And if you do find one of those listings, just click the buy now button and go through checkout, and that's yours, right? No time wasted, no need to compete against other buyers on the platform. With our make an offer listings, we're starting to roll these out a little bit more, and we're going to be focusing on kind of expanding this program. But with make an offer, we actually give you the ability to pay the price that you're looking for on a listing. This makes sure that you're able to hit the revenue markers that you're looking for versus the retail of goods that are in that listing. So keep an eye out for both buy now and make an offer. Definitely check out the filters on the all listings page and definitely make sure to put those into some saved searches so you can keep up to date and get daily updates if any of those listings do become available.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Noah and Nikki, for taking those questions. And we've arrived to the end of our session today. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to join us today. If you weren't able to get your questions in, I invite you to send them to me directly. You can follow me at BstockBethany on Instagram or message us at our corporate page on Facebook. So as your Bstock advocate, I'm here to help get your questions answered and always make sure that we're thinking about our buyers and everything that we do. So if you didn't get a chance to join this webinar live, we will be sharing a recording shortly after this, so keep a lookout on your inbox for that. And I hope you guys learned something today. And again, thank you so much for your time, and happy Thursday and happy sourcing, everyone. Bye.